When it comes to an OSHA inspection, are you prepared to handle the situation? Do you feel confident in the protection of your rights, the rights of your workers, and the interests of the company? OSHA inspections can be intimidating and scary. It's common for individuals to feel nervous or unsure about the process and what to do. It's understandable if you question your ability to do and say the right things. This video is designed to provide you with an overview of your rights as a worker, your responsibilities as a Duro electric representative. You will receive the knowledge and training to be prepared to handle any inspection or visit from an OSHA representative. Now sit back, breathe, and find out about OSHA inspections when OSHA comes knocking. Let's start with worker rights. Workers have the right to a safe workplace, free from any recognized hazard that could cause serious injury or harm, a place of employment where workers do not have to fear for their lives. Workers have the right to safety training. This training should be in a language that they understand and that covers the hazards they may face on the job or any company policy that could impact their work. Workers have the right to file a complaint with OSHA and to speak to an OSHA representative. They also have the right to participate in an OSHA inspection if they desire. Workers should be able to exercise their rights under the law without fear of retaliation or penalty. As a representative of Duro, you are expected to maintain professionalism in your interactions with others and the OSHA representative. You are expected to know and understand the OSHA rules and regulations and the company policies. You should be familiar with the inspection process and feel comfortable talking with the OSHA representative. You should be confident in asking and answering questions and take the initiative to correct any deficiencies as they are identified. This should be done right then and there, if possible, or as soon as you are able. If OSHA does come on site, you are responsible for being the initial point of contact with the OSHA representative. Place a call to the safety department and your PM as soon as you can. Ask the OSHA representative if they'll wait for your company designated representative to arrive. OSHA will typically wait up to an hour if asked to do so. If no one's available or more than an hour away, proceed with the inspection. OSHA is responsible for overseeing millions of organizations and work sites across the country. They do not have the staff to get to all of them, so they must set priorities for who and when to conduct an inspection. Now let's review the OSHA inspection process. Prior to OSHA arriving on site, they will typically have done some homework to research the company or contractors and look to see if there have been any previous OSHA violations issued. They may also have conducted some surveillance and will have photos or videos of the project and personnel on site. When OSHA comes on site, you have the right to ask for the inspector's credentials. They are legally obligated to identify themselves as an OSHA representative. The inspector will state the reason for the inspection and what issue or issues they are there to address. For example, they have received a complaint regarding a fall protection issue on the roof of the building, or they were driving by and noticed an unprotected excavation and would like to check it out. Unless the situation is immediately dangerous to life or health, or IDLH, the inspector will begin with an opening conference. If the situation is IDLH, they may request to see the area without delay. Someone's life could be at stake and the situation needs to be stopped and corrected immediately. During the opening conference, the OSHA inspector will review the purpose and scope of the visit. The inspector may also request to see and examine any documentation and programs related to the situation. This could include employee training records, the company safety program, hazard assessments, safety data sheets, OSHA logs, and any other records that could be relevant. It's okay if you do not have all the documentation printed or readily available. Let the inspector know that you will have to contact the office to obtain the information they are looking for. OSHA does accept electronic documentation and will often wait for you to get the information to them. Be respectful and courteous in all your interactions with the inspector. Answer all questions directly and truthfully. Duro has nothing to hide, so don't feel like you need to spin a tale to keep the company out of trouble. Lying or exaggerating to an inspector actually causes more problems for the company than telling the truth. Whatever the outcome, we are prepared to deal with the situation. Once the opening conference is completed, the inspector will want to conduct a walk-around. As you take the inspector to the area covered by the inspection, remember to take them directly to that place. Avoid long walks around or through other areas of the project. If the inspector stops to look at something, ask them what they are looking at or what hazard they have identified. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification on anything they notice. Take notes as you go through the walk-around and summarize any conversations that you have. If you can fix or correct the issue, please do so right then and there. Have someone along with you during the walk to address anything that may come up during the inspection. OSHA places a lot of emphasis on a company's willingness to correct hazards and good faith efforts. This can go a long way in demonstrating to OSHA that Duro is a safe organization that cares about our employees. While the inspector is on the walk-around, they may stop to interview employees. OSHA has the right to talk to employees, so don't interrupt the conversation or step away so the inspector can talk to them alone. They may even ask to speak with the employees separately in an area that is private. Following the walk-around, the inspector will have a closing conference. The closing conference will summarize the inspector's findings and next steps. At this point, your work is done, and you can breathe easier knowing that you did your job as the Duro representative. This video has covered the basics of OSHA inspections. We hope you have a better understanding of the process and what your role is during an OSHA inspection. You should feel comfortable knowing you have the skills and knowledge to represent the company and be confident in your abilities. Thank you for watching. Take care and be safe.